Hey there! I know it's vacation and a lot of you are home alone and bored, and I am too. So I thought that I would show you something that I love to make. These are some no-bake energy bites from GimmeSomeOven.com, and I've made these a bunch of times before and they're super delicious, and I love them for breakfast or just a quick snack, or if I'm gonna go walk the dogs or whatever. It's super simple. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's 7 ingredients. Like, I think you can do this. And a lot of this stuff is probably stuff that's already in your pantry. I know that the first time I wanted to make these, I actually had all the ingredients. So if you ever bake anything, you probably have these things. I found the first time I made them that I had all the things on hand. So they're really easy and really great for substitutions. The first time I made these, they had craisins in them. I've made them with almond butter. You can pretty much do whatever you want as long as you stick to a flavor profile, which we'll talk about in a minute. So we have a cup of rolled oats, not the little teeny tiny ones, the big thick ones. And I just sprinkle a little tiny bit of cinnamon in there just because I think the cinnamon is a really nice flavor. And I have a half cup of toasted coconut, which I did just toast on the stove. You totally don't have to do this. I didn't the first time, second, third time. They were great. It's something fancy. You might want to try it. I don't know. Chocolate chips. These are little teeny tiny chocolate chips because I thought the other ones were too big. Also, I don't love chocolate very much, so I wanted to keep it small. The recipe calls for ground flax seeds. You probably don't know what those are. You probably don't have them in your house. I happened to because I'm a huge nerd, but this time I don't, so I'm using peanuts. I ground up peanuts in a spice grinder, really small. Be so careful if you do that because they will turn to peanut butter in the blink of an eye. And I also ground in a few oats just to kind of keep it a little bit drier so that we didn't get the peanut butter thing, because there is also a half a cup of peanut butter in it. And there's a third of a cup of honey for sweetness, and there's just a teaspoon of vanilla. We are ready to combine. This recipe is really just throw it all together and see what happens. So in go the oats and cinnamon, in goes the toasted coconut. It is still a little bit warm, so I'm just gonna kind of, you washed your hands, right? I'm just gonna kind of distribute the heat there so that it doesn't melt the chocolate chips immediately. I'm gonna sprinkle in these peanuts, and I'm gonna throw in the chocolate chips, and just give it a little whoop whoop. All right, so it looks kind of like trail mix. It smells really good. So now this stuff just falls apart, right? So we need to put the sticky stuff in. So first we're gonna put in the peanut butter. Get every last bit. This is a half a cup of peanut butter, 4 ounces. It's really fluid, whatever works for you. If you need more, you need more. If you don't, you don't. And then we also have the honey. Honey is very sticky, right? So what I did was I took a teeny tiny bit of olive oil and I lined this cup just to make it a tiny bit easier to get it out of the cup, which you can see didn't really work. That's okay. All right, I'm gonna wait for the vanilla before we get it all together. So you're gonna start stirring, and it's gonna look like it's never gonna come together, but it is, trust me. I've been stirring for about a minute now, and we're still not really where we need to be. It's still not really holding together. And since I already put more peanuts in there to kind of act as a binding agent, I don't want to put a ton more peanut butter in there because I think it's going to be a little bit too peanutty. So I just put in a little bit more, maybe a tablespoon more of honey to bring it together a little bit. And as you can see, I'm really trying to smush this against the edge and drag my spatula through because I want to make sure that everything is pushing together and holding together. Keep going, keep going. I also haven't added the vanilla, which is going to add a little moisture, which is going to be helpful. So let's do that now. Okay, it's just a tiny bit. It's really not a lot, but it gives it a really nice flavor at the end. Okay. So we're getting to a spot where it looks like it's kind of holding together a little bit. So the recipe for this says that you should now refrigerate it for an hour. and then come back to it and make it into tiny orbs. I don't like that method. I found that when I did that, it was really super crumbly and I couldn't get it to form into balls at all. And I found that I really preferred the consistency of it when it was balled first, then chilled. So do an experiment. Let me know your results. I didn't like it that way. You might. What you need next is a lined baking sheet, parchment paper. You can see that I put little magnets on there because parchment paper can get a little unruly, so just to hold it down for a minute until I get some of these balls in there. So you grab a handful, you squeeze it into a ball. That's it. Like, this is it. And it's gonna feel really weird and it's gonna feel like it's not holding together, but you may have to do this a couple times. You may have to really squeeze it together. They're also not gonna be totally round, which is totally fine. They're still delicious. Oh, I dropped a little bit. It's fine. So the other thing is you just kind of need to get them into this ball shape before you put them in the fridge. See, I'm just kind of going between my hands. I'm going back and forth and back and forth. If this is really grossing you out, you can put some olive oil or canola oil or spray your hands with Pam. You can put any sort of thing on there that will make it a little bit easier. Sometimes just a tiny bit of water helps. I find that I don't really care. I'm getting in here, I'm getting sticky anyway, like, whatever. It's honey. It's honey and peanut butter. The best thing about these is that they're ready to eat. There's literally no cooking. This is it. We're done. These are super ugly, but they're really tasty. So the other thing is I didn't check them for flavor, which I really should have. So you're gonna test them. Test one. Take a big chunk out. This one is weird. Take a big chunk and see what it needs. It might need more salt. It might need more peanut butter. Whoa, that is really peanutty. It's also really, really honey filled. I like it though. I might actually, excuse me. I might actually put a touch of sea salt in here because I think that that honey was a little overwhelming. I like my food saltier. I know that most people don't like it as salty as I do, so that's totally up to you. I'm gonna use some fine Maine sea salt. It's very fancy. Not really. You want to try to keep the same flavor profile like I said earlier, so this one is peanut butter and chocolate. You can't really taste the flax seeds if you use flax seeds. I did almond and cranberry. I tried orange and cranberry. So you want to try to keep things kind of in the same family. Like, you can do orange and chocolate, right? There's those awesome whack-a-mole chocolates that you can get, you know, the orange ones, they break into slices, and some people really dig that. I'm not a huge fan, so I don't think it went so hot. But you could try cashew and peanuts, you could try sun butter, you could try almond butter, you could do, cashew and coconut would be really great. I almost did cashews in this and then I didn't. So think about your flavor profile. Don't get too crazy because if you put too much in there, it's just gonna be a big old mess. You don't wanna hold them too much because the chocolate chips will melt. And that's not good. These are just as good without chocolate chips. In fact, I like them more because I'm a big weirdo and I don't like chocolate very much. But my wife really does, and peanut butter and chocolate are BFF, so I will let it go for this one. It's gonna be really fun watching me ball these for a minute, so let's not do that. I imagine an ice cream scoop might be helpful here. Wish I had one of those. Here on out, you're just gonna keep going. You're gonna make as many as you can. These can go really close together. They can be almost touching because they're not going to spread like cookies. So feel free to really get them nestled up close. So I'm going to finish making these, pop them in the fridge for about an hour, like whatever, overnight, it doesn't really matter, and they're good to go. So there you have it. 7 ingredient, no bake energy bites, very versatile, very customizable. Do whatever you want with them, play around with them. It's not an exact science. You can do this.